Shri Trivikrama Maharaj, whose appearance day is today and we are observing here. He used to like these bhajans. And one of them is this. So offering a Pushpanjali to him, remembering him on this very special auspicious day. Manare kahuna gaura katha Gaurero naam ami aradham Gaure Piriti murati data Piriti murati data Gaurero naam ami aradham Piriti murati data Piriti murati data O Manare Shayane Gaura, Swapane Gaura, Gaura Nayane Tara. Shayane Gaura, Swapane Gaura, Jivane Gaura, Marane Gaura, Jivane Gaura. Gaura Galara Gaura O Manare Kahuna Gaura Hiyara Mahārāja Gaurang Rakhiye Virale Boshiya Hiyara Mahārāja Gaurang Rakhiye Virale Boshiya Gaura He Gaura he Hiyara Mahārāja Gaurang Rakhiye Virale Boshiya Hiyara Mahārāja Gaurang Rakhiye Virale Boshiya Maner sadhe Sirupa chande Maner sadhe Sirupa chande Nayane nayane ko Nayane nayane Gaura vihane Navaji parane Gaura tere chi sara Gaura vihane Navaji parane Gaura tere chi sara Gaura boliya jau ka jeevana Gaura boliya jau ka jeevana किछु ना चाहिए तो Parama Gaura Vedera Gaura Charane Parana Sopinu Gaura Charane Parana Sopinu Gaura Gauri Gaura Shabada Gaura Sampada Jहाँ रही आए जाए Gaura Shabada Gaura Sampada Jहाँ रही आए जाए नर हरिदास सरदा सैदा नर चरणे शरण मांगे ओ मने रे कहो न Gore Rona Amiya Radha Gore Rona Amiya Radha Gore Rona Amiya Sachīmandan Jayo Gaura Hari Sachīmandan Jayo Gaura Hari Jayo Nadiya Bihari Jayo Gaura Hari Sankirtan Bihari Jayo Gaura Hari Gaura He Gaura He Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Pimanande Gurave Gaur Chandraya Radhikaye Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Gaur Sarchadramit Nidhi Gauram Sarvam Stuve Gaurena Pratitam Resya Bhajanam Gauram Sarvam Dade Gaurasti Ratri Kripa Gaurasya Pritya Sabhavam Gaur Gauravacharami Bhagwan Gaur Prabhu Rakshamam Radha Chinta Niveshinam Yasya Kanti Vilopita Shri Krishna Charanam Vande Radha Lingitam Vigraham Bhaktya Vihinaya Parada Lakshe Shiktasya Kamadhitarang Madhye Kripamayitam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yes. Pujyapad Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Goswami Mahārāja, very dear god brother of Srila Gurudev, bosom friend, and Gurudev used to address him as his Shiksha Guru. So we're going to hear some of his modifications, but as per the trend, I like to hear from seniors. So today Chandrika Mataji. We'd like to hear from her and then I'll take over. Get one chair for her, please. One chair for her. No chairs? So please.
Hello. I offer my respectful obeisances to A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Srila Prabhupada and to Bhaktivedānta Narayana Mahārāja, to our disciplic succession, to Mahārāja, to all the Vaishnavas here and all our exalted guests. Thank you for coming. When I lived in Vrindavan, after the disappearance of Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada, we were always looking for special speakers. One of the teachers at the Gurukula, he was a Sanskrit teacher and he was very learned. He started giving classes, though they were kind of a little bit private. I think that was because he was speaking on esoteric topics. But we were all very attracted to hear him speak. And we would do our services in the day and we would go to hear him in the evenings. After some time, I became a little concerned because I heard that he was studying from Vaishnavas and from other groups. So when I researched, I found out that actually, not only was our Prabhupada his original teacher, but that also he had accepted teachings from other devotees in Vrindavan, and that the particular teacher that he was studying from most of the time had other teachers, but there was no parampara. There was no disciplic succession. So I realized that although this speaker was very erudite, and also he had charisma, and in that sense he was attractive, it was kind of frightening for me to understand that I could be very easily derailed by hearing from somebody when I myself was a neophyte in understanding our Siddhanta. How would I know truth from untruth? So when we are looking for a spiritual teacher, the most important thing for us is that he's connected to a guru parampara. And that goes all the way back to Krishna. We want to be connected to truth. That's our purpose here in this world. So, in regard to our Srila Bhaktivedānta Narayan Mahārāja, I was so relieved to find his shelter because he was adamant about refuting any untruth. And he was very concerned that if there was any disruption or confusion in the proper Siddhanta in our line, he would immediately speak up. And I also had a book for many years and still have it called The 5 Essential Essays. And in that he discussed different arguments against our line that he wanted to rectify at that time. Confusion can come from within a sampradaya and from without a sampradaya. Without someone to defend the sampradaya, how will new persons that are brought into the fold understand the truth? So I'm just going to speak a little bit in his honor about some of the ideas that he gave in one of the essays that he wrote in this 5 Essential Essays. And it has to do with us being in the Madhva Sampradaya. Why is that important? Srila Gurudev wanted to let us know that it is not the duty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to establish sampradayas. He empowers his devotees to establish sampradayas. And he himself chose Madhva Sampradaya. So we might think, oh, well, if the Supreme Lord himself chose the Madhva Sampradaya, then why would there be any confusion? But yet there were disagreements coming in the Gaudiya Mat about the very fact that we would be in the Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So some of the points that Srila Gurudev mentioned in his essay are that our line was established by our great devotees, such as Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Baladeva Jabushan, Kavi Kanapur. It was very clear in their writings that we're in the Madhva Sampradaya. And then Gurudev goes on to mention some other reasons we're in the Madhva Sampradaya. Because Madhvacharya established 2 essential principles that are the basis, actually, of our belief in offering our devotion to God. And that is that there is always a difference between Jiva and God himself. And the difference is not only in the stage of sadhana, but also in the stage of realized pure stage. So eternally we are separate from God, and therefore, because of our separateness and our minuteness, we always will be offering our devotion to God. Madhvacharya established this truth very strongly, and it was accepted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Another truth Madhvacharya established was the Satchidananda Vigraha, the conception that the fullest complete understanding of Sat Chit and Ananda, eternity, bliss, and knowledge, can only be in form. And that the murti form of Krishna is not stone, but fully Sat Chit Ananda, fully eternity, knowledge, and bliss. With these 2 important principles, Madhvacharya was accepted by Mahaprabhu, and also for other reasons that Srila Gurudev mentions. Because in their line they have the same principles of sadhana practice that we have. My understanding from this essay is that the followers of Madhvacharya, even up to today, worship in the mood of gopis, and that they serve the deity of Madhvacharya in Udupi, and that deity is actually Braj Krishna. That's another reason that we're in the line of Madhvacharya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so happy to find that Braj Krishna was worshipped for many, many years and decades by the Madhva line. So therefore it's another reason why Mahaprabhu accepted this line. Baladeva Vijayabhushan was appointed by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur to defend our line in Galta. The fact that he was sent by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and the fact that he's in the line of Madhvacharya meant that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wanted this presentation to show that we are in the line of Madhva. And that the presentation of Baladeva Vijayabhushan was fully accepted by Krishna himself and also by all the devotees, and the contradictions and refutations of our line were defeated at Galta. Excuse me, I just have to look at my notes. Sorry. I think there's just a couple of other points that I wanted to make. In Madhva's line, their sadhya, or their eternal goal, is the same as ours, a love of Bhagavan. And although Madhva talked about liberation, the liberation he defined as the attainment of service to the feet of Vishnu. And he also has, by his description of Satchidananda Vigraha, our Srila Gurudev Narayan Maharaj says that this was a hint of the perfected philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Achanta Abheda Vedatata. So I just wanted to mention these few things, and to mention that our security in this world and in attaining our ultimate goal is fully protected by self-realized souls, and that we are so grateful. And with Srila Narayan Maharaj, I must say that he was fully capable of defending our sampradaya because he could understand truth, and that also he was very far-sighted in understanding disciples to know how to lead us from Vaidhi Bhakti into Rag Marg. Thank you very much.
Make it straight. Thank you, Mataji. I'm your teacher. So we just heard Srila Gurudev's speciality of how he used to refute all those up-siddhantas and especially those who claim Gaudiya Vishnus, they don't have any lineage. And what is this Bhagavad Parampara about? And he made this book 5 essential essays. Some people think Gurudev was only Rasikacharya and only speaking about Prayojan Tattva. But he was complete package of Sambandh, Abhidhe and Prayojan. Depending upon time, place and circumstances. So with the scholars, with the Pandits, those who are against our philosophy, Shri Gurudev was very hard like a thunderbolt and never compromise with any untruth, as she was saying. Similarly was Srila Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Maharaj. When we used to see these three acharyas sitting on the same dais in Navadvip Parikrama, I was very new, and we used to hear complete topics about Sambandha, Abhideha and Prayojan, relationship, practice and our goal. From these three acharyas. When I say three acharyas means Shri Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosai Maharaj, Shri Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Gosai Maharaj and our Srila Gurudev Bhaktivedānta Narayan Gosai Maharaj. 3 in 1 from the same dais. How many of you have seen him? Srila Trivikrama Maharaj? Yes. And Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj? Yes, very good. So as you know, their personality, how he was very soft and mellow from inside and very harsh and hard from outside. Like a father figure to everyone. Father always care for their children. Just like in Bhagavatam, there's a verse, Prokshavad Vedoham Balana Manushashanam. Vedas always speak everything in Paroksh, indirectly. An example is given just like a mother. She bribed child to take that bitter medicine by saying, I'm going to give you a candy, a chocolate, if you take this medicine. So the purpose of mother is to not to give medicine and even not to give candy. The aim is to cure the child. But she encouraged the child, okay, I'll give you a chocolate. And child always, no, this is so bitter, I can't take candy here. She didn't want to give medicine. What's the purpose of giving medicine? But to give medicine, she is giving a candy. But the main purpose is to cure the child from the disease. Srila Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Mahārāja, so bold in speaking without caring for anything else. You will feel good or bad about, that's not his intention. You always have to speak what is the truth. So in my life I've seen someone like him. He never compromised with anything and just speaking the truth. If you like it or don't like it, that's not my matter, he used to say. But this is something which is good for you. This I know for sure. Mahārāja used to say this. There are some statements in the Shastras which gives us encouragement and inspiration to follow. But there are some statements which is forcing us to follow. Which is forcing us to follow. Like Śrīmad Bhagavatam describes, Anugraya Bhaktanam Manushyatanam Ashita Bhajato Tadesha Kira Yashutva Tat Paro Bhavet. Anugraya Bhaktanam. Even though Krishna is Supreme Lord, His Satchidananda Vigraha, eternity, knowledge and bliss. His Satchidananda Vigraha. But he perform a human-like pastime when he descend on this material planet. For his associates, Anugraya Bhaktanam. For his associates means compassion on his associates. And that means to give pleasure to his associates. Bhajate Tadisha Kida. One must, Srila Vishnu Chakur Thakur commenting on this line, one should, one must, compulsory is mandatory to worship him. This is Vidhi Linga in Sanskrit. Must. No scope of any delusions there. So therefore the words and the statements of the Acharyas have to be understood with so much maturity. That was my discussion to one devotee today. With so much maturity. To whom, to what class or section of the devotee is referring to. If Srila Gurudev is saying you must chant 64 rounds a day, you must chant. Whom he is referring to? Just a newcomer, a neophyte? For him, he will just request, I request you, can you please chant 4 rounds a day? Or 16 rounds a day? Just like in school, grade 1, A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, etc. But a teacher cannot force a child to make a sentence in the preliminary stage. But those who already chanting for some years and got established in that principle of chanting, say 16 rounds every day, consistent in chanting, then to encourage them, of course, they have to live up. They're uplifting us from to another level. One must chant 64 rounds. So how we have to take the words of the Acharya? It had different levels and it has to be understood with maturity. Some statements, some verses describe Shastras and the Acharyas, they're requesting us. But there are some statements they are forcing us. Must do. But for whom? Those who are already now established and firm determination. Yes, this is my life now. I can't fool around. I have to be regulated myself. Even though I don't have taste. But the taste will develop by constantly following this. Otherwise, why Rupa Goswami is saying, if a person is afflicted with jaundice, he can't taste the sugar candy. But what is the remedy? From Ayurveda, just keep on taking sugar candy every day. The sugar candy will turn to sweet, which is bitter in the disease condition. That means no compromise there. Rupa Goswami is not saying, don't consume sugar candy because you are diseased. Keep on consuming this. You're not getting taste in Harinam, keep on doing this. Not that I give up to you, if you like or if you not like. That's not parenting about. Parents are always concerned, affection, love. You do whatever you want. No. Child, we should do this. This is good for you. I learned this from my parents and passing on to you. But there are different ways of saying this. Like Srila Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosai Maharaj, he never used to give orders to his disciples with a special mood. For example, if the floor is not clean in a temple hall, Srila Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosai Maharaj, he's saying indirectly, in Paroksh, this temple hall is not clean. It will be nice if it gets cleaned by someone. Even though disciples are in front of him. But it's not straight giving orders to them. You should do this. So, if we hear this, we may say, I like this Acharya. Because he's not forcing me. This is how it used to be. Not giving direct instructions. But indirectly. It will be nice if the temple hall is clean. So that is like, instruction to the sevakas, the brahmacharis, that they must clean, but how the way he used the words is indirect. So when it was being asked to him, you are Acharya, you are Guru of the whole, Samiti. Why are you not giving direct instruction? They are your disciples. They are bound to follow your instructions. Srila Mahārāja used to say, Srila Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosai Maharaj, I don't want my disciple, I can't see my disciple going to hell. Because disobeying the order of Guru means one is bound to go to hell. And I can't tolerate this. Seeing my disciple, if I give direct instruction, if they are not following those instructions, I won't say directly. But I will say indirectly, whoever wants to take seriously, they will take seriously. That was his. And then coming to Srila Gurudev, if 5 brahmacharis standing in front of him, why this temple was not clean? You should do this. then we may say, Gurudev is harsh, he's hard. I prefer Vaman Goswami Maharaj. He's mellow, he's very sweet. But Gurudev is very hard. Must do, must do, must do. This was how he was in Mathura. Direct instructions. Again and again. Because again the same point. I can't see them ruining their life or going to hell. Because they have come to me and it's my affection, I want to engage them in the service of Krishna. Otherwise, then why we sing this every morning in Guru Ashtakam? Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Vadita Madhyan Manusura Sena Romancho Kampa Shotaranga Vajo Vande Guru Shri Charanana. No, next one. Chaturvidashi Bhagavat Prasada Swadana Tripta Hari Bhakta Sanam Kriteva Triptim Bhajata Sadeva Vande Guru Shri Charanana. He's caring. This is care. It's not shouting. So, this is not like our choice. Because he is sweet. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is very sweet. If you read his bhajans, if we read his books, we can understand the personality. His lectures, so mellow, very sweet, calm. And what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada is preaching, same what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is preaching. But if we read the commentaries of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada's lecture, it's like hammering. What is exactly saying the same thing what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, but there are different ways of saying. That's the only difference. So, there is no difference in the acharyas. They are same. But how they present this is called their speciality. The presentation will vary from acharya to acharya. Srila Trivikrama Mahārāja ji, very famous in the whole Gaudiya Sampradaya. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj Brahma, the creator, means giving initiations. Srila Gurudev, maintainer, Vishnu, is Narayan. Giving shelter to everyone, Narayan. Maintaining everyone, irrespective of whose disciple you are. And we seen, without any partiality, he gave equal advice and love to all devotees, irrespective of his disciples or someone else's disciple. So Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada disciples, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj, and all other acharyas. We all surrendered to Srila Gurudev and he gave equal love and affection to everyone, maintainer. But when it comes to Srila Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Maharaj, he is like a Shiva, destroyer. And that's why many people didn't like him. But those who stayed with him for some time, they know how he was like a child, like a young child, so innocent and so soft in nature. I have seen this personally in Navdev Parikrama on the day of Godrum Deep Parikrama. Along with Srila Gurudev, following his footsteps, we went to Godrum Deep where we came to the house of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And Gurudev was sitting, Srila Trivikrama Maharaj was sitting, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he was not coming so much in parikramas. And Gurudev asked Srila Trivikrama Maharaj to speak some Harikatha on Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And already Srila Trivikrama Maharaj's mood was at that moment right in front of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was very grave and very, like meditating on something. And when Srila Gurudev asked him to speak on Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I'm eyewitness. Srila Trivikrama Maharaj, he just chanted his invocatory verse, Agyan Timirandasya, and then Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namne Gaur Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayati. What to speak of glorifying Bhaktivinoda Thakur? He just said simple words. Today we all are here in Shri Navdeep Dham performing Parikrama only because compassion of this Acharya. What more I can say? The glories of Srila Bhakti Vinod. Srila Bhakti, that's all. And his voice got choked. And he was crying, not like shedding tears, was bitterly crying like a child. Continuously 5-7 minutes. He wasn't able to speak anything else. Nothing was coming up. That was his glorification. Nothing has been said, but everything is said. With no words, everything has been said. And seeing him crying, Srila Gurudev, he can't stop his tears. He wasn't able to stop his tears too. And seeing Gurudev crying, then all sannyasis, brahmacharis, and entire parikrama party were 10,000 people. They were crying. A Pushpanjali, or we can say Ashru Anjali. Pushpanjali means taking flowers in the hand and to offer to acharyas. In English we say tear anjalis. A handful of tears to offer to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. In one of the lectures, Srila Gurudev said, it's very easy to offer flowers in the lotus feet of acharyas. But I want all of you to offer tears to acharyas. And when the tears comes, when we really find how these acharyas helped me and pulled me from the miserable, terrible situations and made us Vaishnava and Vaishnavis, beyond human beings, beyond normal level, Vaishnava level, for which even demigods have no access, and even demigods they fear to touch a Vaishnava. Kripa bindu diya karavai dasi trinapeka atihima. The tears of, handful of tears of gratitude of what they have done for us. Day and night they worked for writing books and songs for us to sing, not to improve our melody, but to go into the depth of understanding the purport of those songs, not just melody. All the acharyas, they burn like a lamp for us. And if we are not reading, and if we are not chanting, ungrateful, where is the gratitude then? And this is what Srila Gurudev is teaching us the tears of gratitude. Srila Trivikrama Maharaj, he offered his, not just flowers, something beyond flowers, the tears of gratitude, understanding the glories and the speciality of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his unparalleled contribution in Gaudiya society. Unparalleled contribution. Otherwise, we would have not get access to all the scriptures, the philosophy, and the songs which can melt our heart. It's not possible otherwise. It's that soft nature, Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama. In parallel to that, those who ever got chance and opportunity to sit with him, let's say 30 minutes, you start shaking. I used to fan him in Navdeep Parikrama. That was year 2000. Sitting with him, and Srila Trivikrama Mahārāja was chanting and sitting on his armchair, thinking all the time, thinking something, all the time absorbed in somewhere. And his sevak, he gave me opportunity to fan him because it's hot, in month of March, April. So I used to fan him, and he was very, sometimes humorous. He used to pick some devotees walking by. Come here. Which country you belong to? Mahārāja, America. Why you been here? Oh, because Navdeep Dham Parikrama. So were you busy these days? Yes, Mahārāja. Where you were busy? Darshans. You had darshans? Yes. Which darshans? Mahaprabhu birthplace, Shiva Sangam, all this. Okay, very nice. You're very lucky and fortunate. And a person started blushing. Yes. So now you're going to stay here forever in Navdeep Dham? No, we have return ticket. We are going back after Gaur Purnima. Moment Srila Trivikrama Mahārāja hearing this, then he starts shouting. Out of affection, not like otherwise. This is called darshan? This is called eye exercise. You are here to enjoy Dham. You are not here to serve the Dham. Because if you would have got darshan of Navdeep Dham, you can't go back. You can't go back. But you already have return ticket booked. So that means you are firm and fixed that you're not going to stay there. You're not fixed, you're going to stay there. You're just here for enjoyment. Again, this statement looks very harsh, but to whom he's referring to? Uplifting that consciousness. There's the role of acharyas. Everyone has consciousness. Everyone understands. No one is stupid. Everyone is mature and understand dealings. But uplifting that consciousness is so essential. And to anything to uplift which is so heavy, we need so much strength, or we need elevators to uplift from ground level to the penthouse. Elevators. That's one elevation. The elevation of consciousness needs so much force. We just go inside and press a button, but we don't know what's happening in the machine. There's so much force who's pulling up in that machine and taking us to the 22nd floor, 20th floor. This is called elevation of consciousness. So they feel we are responsible to take care of the Gaudiya Samaj, the Gaudiya society, because these devotees, they came with so much love and affection from all parts of the world. And it's our duty, prime duty we are responsible to uplift their consciousness. They feel a responsibility there. It's not that they are playing with us or playing with us with our emotions. It's not that they're going to hurt, their mood is to hurt us. But with applying different styles, They are uplifting the consciousness, elevation of consciousness, in telling the truth. Dham darshan means when you see the dham, you don't feel like going back. You fall in love with the dham. You fall in love with Mahaprabhu. And what are you going to take back with you? Just some handful of prasadam and some Navdeep gamchas with you? And some shopping, that's all? What is the takeaway? Just these small gifts for your friends? The takeaway is the upliftment of consciousness, elevation of consciousness. And if that is not happening, now my words again may appear very harsh. If that is not happening, what is the point of chanting? That has to happen. Even not chanting 16 rounds a day. That is our status. After being initiated by Gurudev, years and years and years, and following so many programs, can't even maintain bare necessity. Like one meal a day is essential for the body. One meal. 16 rounds is just one meal for survival. And even not chanting this much. So where is our gratitude? Then I should feel myself, I'm a very ungrateful person. I'm most ungrateful person because I'm not properly respecting my Guru and my Acharyas. And then what should I do? I should weep and cry and curse myself. Why are you so lazy and stupid? Hit yourself. Not literally hitting, but in mind. Why I'm like this? They traveled in that advanced age for me, knocking the door of my heart. They knocked the door of my heart. They gave me everything. But I'm reluctant to give my everything. Ungratefulness? And we say this is love? It has to be from both sides. He gave everything. I'm reluctant to give my everything. Okay, not possible to give everything, but something. But if it is not even some, what to do then? What they will say then? What they will think about us then? Imagine what they're going to feel. Imagine as parents, you gave birth to children, you raised them with so much love. Everything for them, the center of the whole life of the parents becomes the children, that's all. Everything. And if child is not following, how the parents will feel? See, Guru Parampara is our real parents. Just bare necessities of 16 rounds. This is nothing. How long we going to be in just grade 1 only? How long? So I'm not saying this. Excuse me. I'm not an instructor here. You all are my god brothers and god sisters and seniors. I'm just repeating the word. This is how Srila Trivikrama used to speak. His words repeating. I'm no one to say this because I'm struggling myself. I'm just sharing how Srila Trivikrama was affectionate and he was feeling responsible. I'm responsible because I have to show my face to my Guru, my Acharyas. What have you learned? What have you got? Why not distributing and why not elevating the consciousness of those who are coming after you? So take this seriously, that Acharyas, seniors, they feel this sense of responsibility. And that's why they can't resist. They have to say this. Otherwise they feel we are ungrateful then. This is how Srila Trivikrama was. Totally rasik. You understand rasik? But externally not showing his rasik. Here's a formula. If a child is sick, let's say a child has diarrhea, the mother is not going to give cakes and pastries and pasta and pizza to a child who's having very, severe diarrhea. What mother is going to do? She's going to eat something simple. Not that in front of the child she start eating pizza and showing the child, hey, see, I'm eating pizza because I'm healthy and you are sick. It doesn't feel good. So mother also taking the same khichdi or something light. So that child should not feel bad about that mother is eating and enjoying and only offering me this simple food. But if mother is eating that simple food, doesn't mean mother is sick. But because of the child, she is pretending, I am also eating same, so child, you also going to eat same. And that's why Srila Trivikrama, he used to hammer with his words. Sant eva chindanti mano vyaksaban uktavi. This was one of the favorite verse Srila Trivikrama. Tato tu sangam usijjat sassu sajet buddhiman sant eva chindanti mano vyaksaban uktavi. Therefore, hence, one should avoid the bad association and associate with the sadhus who's always carrying a sword in their mouth, means the words like sword, to cut the knots of our heart. To cut the knots of the heart, which we are carrying from long and long. It's like a knot, it's like a cancer, growing and growing and growing. It has to get cured. So they cut the knot by the words from the Shastras, Bhagavatam, Gita, cutting the knots. Bhajate tadrisha kira. One should worship Krishna. Shukdev Goswami is saying this. On one side, Shukdev Goswami is speaking such nice Rasa Leela, Venu Geet, Gopi Geet. But he's saying, Bhajate tadrisha kira. You should worship Krishna. Bhajate tadrisha kira yashutva tatparam bhavet. Even after hearing you not doing this, you should do this. That Shukdev Goswami is speaking. This is how Srila Trivikrama was. Another famous verse, favorite verse of him. Ata Shri Krishna Madi na bhaved grajya indriyai sevan mukhe hi jivado swayam me surate manaha. What is the meaning? God Prabhu. Ata Shri Krishna Madi na bhaved grajya indriyai sevan mukhe hi jivado swayam me surate manaha. Yes. One cannot understand. Only by Sevan Mukhehi Jivado. What is the meaning? How you describe? How you say this? Sevan Mukhehi Jivado? Service tendency. Engaging the tongue. Sevan Mukhehi Jivado. When the tongue engages in the service of the Lord, the best service is chanting His names. Then Swayame Surte Manaha, Krishna manifests in our senses. That means realizations. What is our realization right now? Our realization is on volcano eruption. I'm not saying to anyone, please don't take my offense. Again I'm saying, I'm not saying anything. I'm just repeating the word of Mahārāja because today is his appearance day. And I want his appearance can come in my heart so I can regulate my lifestyle by remembering him and praying him and just repeating his words. That's all I'm doing. This was, and as we heard and we saw, he's always taking the opposite side of Srila Gurudev. In Kartik Parikrama especially, and in Navdeep Parikrama too. Gurudev used to take side of Samudra Sen in Navdeep Parikrama, and Trivikrama Maharaj intentionally always taking opposite side, Bhim Sen. You know this pastime in Navdeep? When we go to Samudragarh, the king Samudra Sen, this is in context with what we were discussing yesterday too. Bhim Sen, on the order of his elder brother Yudhishthira Maharaj, who was performing Ashwamedh Yajna, was following the horse. That was a system. Wherever the horse goes, that territory belongs to me. That was the system. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was sending that horse out with Bhim Sen to protect that horse, and wherever, in whatever territory the horse goes, if any king is there to object, fight with them, defeat him, and if you don't object, that territory will be mine. So they came to Navdeep Dham, Bhim Sen, and Samudra Sen, who is a king, he thought, oh, Bhim is here in my territory. I want to have darshan of Krishna. And Krishna is very affectionate to his devotees. What if I fight with Bhim and arrest him? Then definitely Krishna is going to come and save his devotee. And on the pretext of saving his devotee, I will going to get darshan of Krishna, which I am not able to get. Again the same context. Prahlad Maharaj and Amrish Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is fixed. Amrish Maharaj is performing sadhana. And Gurudev described by Sanatana Goswami, in comparison, Amrish Maharaj is superior than Prahlad Maharaj, even though he is not fixed yet. He didn't become associate yet. Similarly, Bhim is associate of Krishna, and Samudra Sen is still worshipping Krishna, performing sadhana, and earnest desire to have darshan of Krishna. He is longing to have darshan of Krishna. So he found this is very simple. Arrest his pure devotee, Krishna will definitely going to come and save him. And then I'm going to get darshan of Krishna. My life will be successful. With that intent, Samudra Sen, he arrested Bhim. So this is a short story. And there used to be a battle between Trivikrama Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. The battle of Shastras. But not in a mood of any hostile mood or, making anyone feel let down, but it's just the battle of Shastras. Sometimes when devotees argue or debate on some point, they become very personal. This is not good. In Shastras, there are so many statements. Whatever you want to do, everything is there to nourish your point. If devotees, they came to Gurudev saying, I want to get married, Gurudev. What does the Shastra says? Gurudev used to ask, what you want, tell me that. And I can give you 20 points to establish, yes, you should get married, and 20 points to say, yes, you should not get married. So when both acharyas have debate there and everyone is having fun, big fight, only on the Shastra Siddhanta. Just like Srila Bhaktivedānta Mahārāja used to give example. On a soccer match, the two countries playing soccer, and they're just snatching ball from each other, so feels like they're enemy. But they shake hand afterwards. Yeah, that was a good one, that was a good one. They sit together and have food together or meal together and praising each other. That was good one. Similarly, attorney in the court, they fight. This attorney of this point, the attorney of the other point. But they're only fighting the case. They're not individually fighting. And later on they sit together and have dined together. So that's not literally fighting. Many people get confused to see what they are doing. But they are only establishing some shastras. So Gurudev said Samudra Sen is far superior than Bhim, even though Bhim is already established as Parikar of Krishna, whereas Samudra Sen is still doing bhajan. Then Trivikrama Maharaj intentionally take the other side. No, Bhim is superior. And then Trivikrama Maharaj used to say, this is the etiquette of your king, Samudra Sen? This is the way to get darshan of Krishna by arresting a devotee? This is not favorable mood. This is not anukulena Krishna Shilanam. So when you hear one acharya describing something, you say, wow, that's ultimate. Nothing can be beyond that. And then Trivikrama Maharaj cutting Srila Gurudev, no, he's right. And on the top of that, when Gurudev cutting Srila Trivikrama Maharaj, he's right. Then Gurudev said, intent is more important than the activity, to cut the point of Trivikrama Maharaj. Because when Trivikrama Maharaj said, Samudra Sen is not correct, his mood is unfavorable. And Shastra says, Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam. Worshipping Krishna with favorable mood is bhakti. So how are you going to establish your Samudra Sen is correct? Then everyone start clapping for Trivikrama Maharaj. Yes, good point, good point. Then Gurudev said, wait a minute. In bhakti, intent is more important than the activity. Bhrigu Rishi, he kicked on the chest of Vishnu. Can any devotee kick on the chest of Lord Vishnu? No one can do this. Bhrigu did this. And Vishnu took his offense? No. Because his intent was not impure. His intent was to establish Vishnu is so much humble and down to earth and so much tolerant. He can accept any harsh words or whatever, so he's very tolerant. That was the intent. So intent was very pure. So Samudra Sen intent was pure. It was not to arrest him for some other motives and not about his territory, but his intent was to have darshan of Krishna. What is wrong in having this intent? His intent was very pure, and everyone said, yes, Gurudev, that's a good point. And again, so many points were coming back and forth. And Gurudev said, if we're going to sit all day like this, we can't finish our parikrama. So let's go. Gaur Premanand. This is how Trivikrama, always taking opposite side of Srila Gurudev. And in Kartik Parikrama also, Gurudev always glorifying Radharani. And Trivikrama was Acha. Then I'll take side of Krishna. And he told Gurudev, see, your Radharani, she always lamenting and weeping for my Krishna. You know, it is just like, this story is just like when Mahaprabhu came to Braj, then Shuk and Sari, they're fighting with each other. Female parrot and male parrot. Male parrot is saying, my Krishna, he lifted Govardhan hill. And Shari said, because he lifted Govardhan hill with his left hand, and left means potency, and who's the potency of Krishna? Is Radharani. And that's why he was able to lift Govardhan hill, because of presence of Radharani. Yeah? My Krishna's Madan Mohan, he is the enchanter of Cupid. Then Shari replied, just because my Radharani is with Krishna, she is Madan Mohan Mohani. So it is just, it's a loving quarrel. It's not serious one. So Gurudev said, Radharani is superior. Trivikrama Maharaj said, your Radharani, lament and weep for my Krishna. Always praying and praying, oh Krishna, I want to have your darshan, I want to have your darshan. Without you, my life is nothing, incomplete. And she is cursing the Vidhata, the providence. Why you have given just 2 eyes only, and that eyelashes on these eyes? Why not eyes all over the body? Because I want to see Krishna all the time without blinking my eyelashes. This is what your Radharani. Gurudev said, wait a minute. You know what your Krishna is doing? Go and see in Seva Kunj. Krishna is massaging the feet of my Radharani there. Go to Shingarvat. Krishna is decorating the hairs of my Radharani there. He is serving Radharani. And Venu Karan Nipatitam Skalitam Shikhandam Brashtam Chapit Vasnam Brajaraj Sunu Yasya Katak Shargatam Vimushitasya Tam Radhika Chararenu Am Smrami. Shri Pradhan Sasya Thakur writing. Krishna is boasting. Is there anyone who can have wrestling with me? Is there anyone equal to me? Anyone? Come forward. The Sakhis, they brought Radharani in front of Krishna. And Radharani just casting a sidelong glance to Krishna. Not even just looking, just sidelong glance. Venu Karan Nipatitam. The Krishna is very fond of his flute. The flute fell from his hands. Venu Karan Nipatitam Skalitam Shikhandam. His peacock feather, he is very proud of his peacock feather, fell on the ground. Venu Karani Paditam Skalitam Shikhandam Brashtam Chapit Vasnam Rajaraja Sunu. Even his pitambar, the yellow, also fell on the ground. And then Krishna also, seeing that sidelong glance of Radharani, he also fell on the ground, unconscious. And Radharani comes on the top of Krishna. Yes, who won the match? Krishna said, I am the winner. Huh? How come you are the winner? Krishna said, whose nose is up and whose nose is down? My nose is up, so I am the winner. And your nose is down, so you are the loser. Srila Gurudev said to Trivikrama, see what's happening. Your Krishna is lamenting to have darshan of Radharani. When she leaves Ras Leela, what happens to your Krishna? He's calling out, Radhe, 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 and he lost his complexion. Most of the time, Krishna is losing complexion. And very few times, Radharani losing complexion. She turns black complexion. But most of the time, Krishna is the one. Separation of my Radharani is superior than your Krishna. And in this way, loving quarrel between Srila Gurudev and Trivikrama. Always taking opposite party, Democrat, Republican, intentionally, to bring out more and more Shastric points. And those are audience, they were relishing this. He never liked, Srila Trivikrama never liked anyone who is doing anadhikar cheshta. Anadhikar cheshta means? No? What is anadhikar cheshta? Something which you are not qualified for. Imagine 5-year young girl, if she start behaving like a grandmother and telling to her parents, Mom, do this, clean that. She's ordering. Start acting like a grandmother. This is called anadhikar, beyond your qualification. Stay in your qualification. Srila Trivikrama never tolerated that. And that's why once upon a time in Vrindavan, Rup Sanatan Gaudiyamad, Srila Gurudev and Trivikrama was there. And Gurudev spoke Hari Katha, and you all know how Gurudev used to speak. He was always describing the glories of Radharani and all that. Manjari Bhav, Gopi Bhav. And after speaking 30-40 minutes, Gurudev said, now I'm going to my room for my other sevas, other duties to do. Now you all sit here and hear from Trivikrama Maharaj. He is going to continue. When he said so, Gurudev walked upstairs, if you know Rup Sanatan Bhatt, his room upstairs. And all devotees following Gurudev. And only 2 devotees were sitting in front of Trivikrama Maharaj. And Trivikrama Maharaj smilingly said, all the gopis have gone. Only sadhakas are in front of me. The rest all gopis have gone. When Gurudev He came in his room and he saw everyone is following him. He chastised everyone. Why you are following me? I told you go and listen to Srila Trivikrama Maharaj. He is my Shiksha Guru. I learned everything from him. He was the one who nourished me. Gurudev used to say this. Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he was very reserved nature. But Trivikrama Maharaj always used to take my side when I was serving my Guru Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj. Even if I am doing something wrong in my services, Trivikrama Maharaj always used to protect me like an elder brother, a senior brother. And he gives so much love and affection, so he is my Shiksha Guru. If I am saying he is my Shiksha Guru, what you all have to consider him. Take him as Shiksha Guru. So we have very close relationship. Don't ever try to make a distance between us, seeing that we have different natures. The different nature is to nourish the Shastras. This differences is not to create any envious mood. It's always to nourish the Shastras. One has to take the other side. So Gurudev ordered everyone, go and sit. So everyone now came and sitting in front of Trivikrama Maharaj. And one lady, disciple of Srila Gurudev, she said, Maharaj, can you elaborate more on what is Manjari Bhav and a Gopi Bhav? Oh gosh. Srila Trivikrama Maharaj said, yes, I can elaborate. Just now, before 1 minute, I got the news, Krishna died. Krishna left his body, he died. And she, ha ha, what you saying, Krishna died? Yes, seriously, Krishna died. And she's, ha ha ha. And Maharaj became very upset now. This is your Gopi Bhav? I'm telling you 2 times Krishna died. And you're laughing, you're smiling. When gopis heard Krishna headache, they fainted. They can't even tolerate this. That our beloved Krishna is having headache. And we can do everything to cure his headache. Even if anyone wants the food dust, we are ready to give this. And I'm telling you Krishna died and you're laughing. Do you understand what is gopis? Who are the gopis? Anadhikar Cheshta. You are stepping over your qualification. Do you know what is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra means? Do you know how many rounds you chant? Do you know what Krishna means? You're just thinking they are male and female, they're having loving affairs. Do you know the definition of unconditional love? Do you know the meaning of selfless love? Which is not present in this material world. Every love has some conditions. If you please me, satisfy me, I love you. If you're not pleasing and satisfying me, I don't love you. Then I hate you. And after a while, I will kill you. The gopis love for Krishna and Krishna love for gopi, unconditional, this pure love. How are you going to understand this? If you're not reading Shastras, if you're not chanting properly, clean your heart first and make a foundation for that unconditional love, the glories of that unconditional love to fall in your that pure heart. First, establish sambandha, relationship. There's no relationship and you're thinking about love. No, but Gurudev said this. What your Gurudev is telling, I'm nourishing that. Mahārāja used to say. Just like in Navdeep Parikrama, Gurudev always used to raise a very difficult question. Which dham is superior? Navdeep dham superior or Jagannath Puri dham is superior? Gurudev, you ask sannyasi, get up, stand, give the answer. And everyone, it's so difficult to answer. Both are superior. Mahaprabhu performed his pastimes in both the dhams, but yeah, more in Jagannath Puri. As a sannyasi, 18 years living in Jagannath Puri. Puri is superior. You, Puri is superior. You, everyone, Jagannath Puri is superior. Gurudev said, you all are wrong. Navadvip Dham is superior. How come? He said, when you chant Gaur Gayatri, the names which are present in Gaur Gayatri, those names are from Navadvip, not from Jagannath Puri. And there is Ashtakali Leela, eightfold pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Those Ashtakali Leela of Mahaprabhu is from Navadvip, Mayapur. It's not from Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri, he exhibited opulence mood, the opulent mood. But in Navadvip, it was human-like pastime. Laukik Sadbandhuvat Bhav. With relationship. It was very naughty in Navadvip. And Gurudev gave like a list of so many evidences and the references from the scriptures. Hence it was proved Navadvip Dham is superior. Trivikrama didn't got a chance to speak. Gurudev was looking at him. And he didn't want you to give him mic because then he's going to take a long time and they have to finish program. Gurudev looked at Trivikrama and Trivikrama was looking at Gurudev. Gurudev turned his eyes. So he didn't got any chance. And he always looking for a chance to cut Srila Gurudev. Next day, after Parikrama, when I was sitting next to him, I was fanning him, and there was a bunch of devotees walking, coming back after Parikrama. Trivikrama Maharaj, many times devotees, they are scared of even looking in his eyes because then he's going to call upon. So they were like trying to escape, and Trivikrama Maharaj always sitting there like just behind the altar. And he saw devotees walking. Trivikrama said, come here, come here, come here. All of you come here. Now no one can say no. They can't say no, they have to come. Sit down. So what was discussed yesterday? Now is like bringing up his points. What was discussed? What your Gurudev established yesterday? Which dham is superior? They said, of course, what Gurudev said, that is ultimate. Navadvip Dham is superior. You also believe same? They said, of course. Gurudev said, of course we believe same. He said, I don't believe your Gurudev. Then everyone became, what to say now? Looks like he's against our Gurudev and we can't even say anything to him. He's so senior. So it's like a very reluctant situation. Then Trivikrama Maharaj said, okay, understanding your moods, tell me if in the middle of Navadvip Parikrama, if your Gurudev, for some important task, some important work, if he leaves Navadvip and go to Vrindavan, what you are going to do? Just answer me. They said, of course, when Gurudev is going to Vrindavan, we will also follow him and go to Vrindavan. He said, okay, if your Gurudev will go to Jagannath Puri, in middle of Parikrama, where are you going to go? Oh, we will follow him. We go to Jagannath Puri. Trivikrama said, why? Don't you know Navadvip Dham is superior? You stay in Navadvip Dham. Why are you going to inferior Dham, Jagannath Puri? Just stay back here. No, we want to go to Jagannath Puri. And Trivikrama Maharaj said, this is what I wanted to say yesterday. He didn't give me mic to speak. I wanted to establish this. Jai Sthane Vaishnavan, Sai Sthan Vrindavan, Sai Sthan Anand Vishesh. Wherever your Gurudev Narayan Maharaj and pure devotees they live, that dham is superior. If Narayan Maharaj is in Navadvip Dham, Trivikrama Maharaj is saying, then Navadvip Dham is superior. If he is going Jagannath Puri, then Jagannath Puri becomes superior. If he goes Vrindavan, then it becomes superior because wherever the pure devotees of Lord, that dham is superior. I want to establish this. He didn't give me a chance. No? Jai Shri Shri Mahārāja. Okay, one more story, then I'm ending. We were walking by Srila Trivikrama Mahārāja. We had Jamuna Darshan, and we were walking with him. Came in front of Sri Radha Damodar temple, if you recall that street. And devotees were thinking that maybe Maharaj will go inside and we will also follow him to have darshan or Radha Damodar. And Srila Trivikrama Maharaj, just from outside, he paid obeisances, like his head down, bow his head down, and he started walking further. The devotees asked Maharaj, "You're not going inside for darshan of Radha Damodar?" He said, "No, I'm not going." They said, "Why not?" Trivikrama said, "I'm having his darshan from so many years. He's not speaking. What is the point of seeing him if he don't speak? He's just always quiet, playing his flute. He's not speaking. So what is the point going to see him?" They all got so confused. What he's saying? The acharyas always encourage us to have darshan of Krishna and go to visit temples, and he's just always taking opposite directions. Then, understanding the situation, the devotees became pale and confused. And Trivikrama, he said, "You know why I'm not going to see Radha Damodar? You want to know?" They all said, "Yes." "It's a secret?" He said, "It's not a secret, but I can reveal the secret. Because this Damodar is not speaking. I want to go and rush to Rupsanatan Vat to hear from the pure devotee of Damodar, your Gurudev Narayan Maharaj, because he speaks." He speaks, and Damodar he don't speak. Where you want to go? One who speaks or one who don't speak? I want to go and sit with him to hear from him. You see how he was giving so much regard and respect, and always want to hear from Srila Gurudev the topics. But out of a jolly nature or a friendship nature, intimate friend, he always taking a like opposite side of Srila Gurudev to establish that he is superior, because he knows very well what Mahārāja is saying is superior, and he is always taking another side to establish he is far superior, because he is establishing the manobhish, the inner heart desire of his Guru Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj. Taking the opposite side to glorify him. So this is a very mature dealing. And those who are not mature, they just take it literally, like, they're fighting always against each other. No. Never come in between two acharyas. It is just like two bulls are fighting and you're coming and separating them. Please don't fight. Two bulls fighting. And if you come into between, what is going to happen? Two bulls just kill you. So understanding with maturity. Srila Gurudev always, Srila Bharti Mahārāja always used to say, understanding Acharya's dealings, their instructions with full maturity. Don't take their words literally or generalize the word, the instructions. It meant for time, place and circumstance, for different level of devotees. Different level of devotees. Gurudev saying, chant 16 rounds, and a young girl come in front of Gurudev. I'm studying in school, I don't get much time, what shall I do? Can you chant 4 rounds? Yes. Very good. Start 4. But someone can come in Gurudev and raise an objection. In the lecture you said we should supposed to chant 64. You told this girl to chant 4 only. Try to understand to whom he's addressing to. The different levels. So seeing that all disciples, most of the disciples of Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada is hearing him, they're already chanting 20-25 years. They already heard so much. And now is the time to uplift them from the necessity of 16 rounds to more chanting. And that's why he's encouraging everyone to chant more than 16. This is done now. You're not in grade 1 anymore. Come to grade 4, 5, 7, 10. No, this is the difference. So understanding the words of acharyas, there are many levels. So always to be understood with maturity, not immaturity. And this is a big problem. A big problem. Understanding with immaturity. Even the words of Rupa Goswami, even Jiva Goswami, why Srila Swami Prabhupada did this, why Gurudev said that. Time, place, circumstance. If you hear Gurudev's lectures, especially in Mathura, he's speaking some topic, let's say Amrish Maharaj. In the middle of the topic, he's looking someone who was not performing good, staying in a temple or doing something wrong, immediately switch over his lecture to speaking to him. Pointing out to him, so that he should feel bad of what he did wrong. But after lecture, if I made notes, I say, oh, Gurudev was speaking about Amrish Maharaj, and he also said one should do this, one should do that. So it's not journal for everyone. Sometime in the lecture, they point out to someone. So it has to be, again, with so much maturity to understand. Now question comes, how to gain this maturity from the Shastras? Not possible. To associate with those who are mature. That's the only bottom line. By associating with them and with submissive mood, hearing from them, and with open mind, hearing from them. Open mind, why I said open? Because if I'm stubborn in understanding what I'm understanding, that has to be correct. Then no matter if Mahaprabhu says something, we will not follow that or believe that. Because I've already framed in my head, it has to be like this because I'm understanding like this. We already framed that. So you have a picture frame 2 by 2 and the picture is 4 by 4. How are you going to fit in that? No, the picture has to be reduced to become 2 by 2. No, your elevation, consciousness has to be 4 by 4. Make your frame big. And that's why in that inquiry has to be with open mind. I want to learn this. I want to understand this. And I'm very open if it is understandable. And if I'm not mature, I want to become mature to fit in that frame. This is what Sri Trivikrama Maharaj was instructing, giving his affection, feeling responsible to serve the mission of Mahaprabhu and to serve the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, feeling responsible. We will not understand this. A child can't understand what parents goes through. If a child comes in the shoes of the parents, they will understand what parents are doing for me. And similar with the parents also. They have to become like a child in their age to understand. It's both ways. Similarly, I'm not understanding what acharyas are saying and why they are sometimes very sweet and sometimes they are very sour. Sweet and sour. If we think from the perspective of acharyas, after learning so much, after knowing so much, after serving so much, They want to give. They want to give like a tree, always giving nature. And then they feel a sense of responsibility. If I'm not correcting, if I'm not saying, then who's going to say this? Not anybody, any alien will going to come and say this. Not Mahaprabhu will manifest directly in front of us and will tell this. So we have to try to understand the mood of Acharya. They feel responsible. And out of this responsibility, they come, take all hard time to instruct us, to chastise us, to correct us, to give us affection to us, to give affection to us. It's all complete package. Trivikrama Mahārāja, many people have this idea, he was very harsh. It's not true. Those who stayed with him, they know. He used to act like a child. And if you stay with him, you will think, he's so immature, he's like a child, so soft and innocent. But in his lecture, again, feeling responsible. I have to say what is important. A different mood comes. I asked this question to Gurudev once. I said, Gurudev, when I'm massaging you in your room and serving you prasadam or some little menial services, whatever we got sometimes, you're totally different in room. And when you sit on the vyasas and I'm speaking, then you look totally different. Gurudev said, it's a different role to play. Instructor there. And otherwise, after class, before class, friendly. So it's such a balance. They maintain balance for us. Otherwise, they are playing just one role in all the situations. But just for us, they maintain this balance. Gaur Premanande, Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Trivikrama Goswami Mahārāja ki jai, Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Vaman Goswami Mahārāja ki jai, Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Narayan Goswami Mahārāja ki jai, Gaur Premanande. So we're going to have quick arti, and Gadadhar Prabhu is going to do arti, and we have flowers, right? And we have flowers here, and Śrīla Trivikrama Mahārāja's picture. So we're going to offer flowers, and simultaneously arti is going to go. So we can finish everything in a time frame. So I request seniors to please come forward and offer flowers. Meanwhile, arti is going to continue, and Vishnu sing arti. Gaur Arti.